Welcome back to LostClassic.blog. I'm your trusty admin, Spence Almighty. And today's video is for none other than one of my favorite YouTubers, Obscure Mics. Shout out to Bark. He was presenting a bunch of solutions if you found your SM58 undesirable to look at. And I let him know real quick, hey, I gotta go grill on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went on eBay. I hooked my shit up. This is a video about the SM58, but I have to glaze Bark's channel a little bit because I'm looking at the gear that I've used in the past couple months, and if it wasn't for you making videos on some of this gear, I would not have invested in it. For instance, the interface I'm speaking to you with the SM58 on is the Zoom R4. And this bad boy, as a rapper, the blog is called Lost Classic, right? It doesn't get much better than this for recording tracks. I have one other video on the channel at the moment, and that is me recording a diss track on this bad boy. When I make a purchase, I watch like a lot of videos. I consume as much content as I can because when you're into audio, it can become very easy to have gear lust, gear acquisition syndrome. And you just want to make sure you're not going crazy, because your intuition tells you, hey, this thing is going to do this. And even if it does do that thing, sometimes it's not the answer to what you're actually looking for. For instance, the MVX2U Gen 2, he made a video on that as well. And I bought that. I've since returned it because this thing also has an audio interface. So I didn't really need the MVX2U as much as I needed this. Like this thing is like the SP404 Mark II's little brother or cousin or something like that. Like they're in the same family. Like you talk about like brains of the operation, the Zoom R4 will be featured on my channel a lot. But Bark wanted to see the gold grill that I purchased for my SM58 because for whatever reason, I was just not attracted to the silver grill. So here it is. I got it for like $10 on eBay. Psychologically, it feels better having this microphone. I'm not even going to lie to you. I love it. I love talking into this thing more, and I think that's because this particular grill is slightly, ever so slightly, a bit longer than the grill that the SM58 comes with. I bought this microphone on Facebook Marketplace for like $40. You'll see there's the slightest amount of space between where you would screw the actual grill that comes with it all the way on, and this just doesn't go there. Just right there, right? Like just the tiniest bit of space. And the grill is a little bit longer, just a tad. And I asked myself, is that making the difference in the sound that I think it is? The foam in here could also be different. Like, I don't really know. I just enjoy talking to it a lot more than I did when I had the standard grill. It could just be the fact that it's gold. But I really enjoy talking through this now. But yeah, the attractiveness of a mic does matter to me. And you can call me superficial, whatever. That's valid. But it's also valid to want your mic to look good. When I've been looking at mics, a couple mics that keep coming up are the Lawton LA220, which I think looks beautiful. The 220 V2. I just think it's a beautiful mic. And the Shure KSM 32 and the 44. I can't decide if I like the way those look or not, so I haven't pulled the trigger on one, to be honest with you. Like, I already have the SM7B here, and I almost wanted to do a comparison, but I didn't want to make the video about that. I don't think it's an attractive mic, to be honest with you. I use this a lot more than I thought I would after receiving the SM7B, and I think the gold grill has something to do with it. But yeah, this is the gold grill. I wanted to show Bark this gold grill because he wanted to see it. And when one of your favorite YouTubers says they want to see your microphone and they have a microphone channel, you better turn that damn camera on. If you ever watch Hook and you remember that one scene where he's talking to Smee, you better get up off your ass. That's exactly how I felt. I want Bark to understand how valuable his videos are, and maybe he already does. But dude, you give us so much insight to quote unquote the little guy when it comes to microphones. Like, you're up there with the podcastages, the Mark Yoda Mosho Nimkoffs. Of course, I'm drawing a blank on the other mic guys that I enjoy watching, but you're up there with them, and you give the little guy a chance. Another mic I used that I've since sold, but I had it for a while, and it was a good mic, but it wasn't a keeper for me. Was the EV Blue Cardinal. Had you not made a video on that, I probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger. Like, I don't think maybe we do have similar voices at this point, but I've always looked at my voice as being a bit higher. I think I've since embraced the bass in my voice, but that microphone, it cut through the mix really well. It mixed really well in certain tracks, and it's because you made a review on it, man, that I even had the confidence to buy a used one. They don't make them anymore. That was the Electro Voice Blue Cardinal, when Electro Voice and Blue had a partnership before Blue was Blue, the Blue Yeti Blue. Yeah, before Blue was that Blue, they were like, and I'm just kind of making this up. Like, I know loosely the history, but they were like, hey, Electro Voice, mess with us real quick, cause we need you. We need that cosign. They were like, I got you. And they made a beautiful microphone, and you can find them now for about, you can find them for $250. I don't know if they're really worth $250. If I'm keeping it a buck. But it's a condenser mic that's good for rap, that'll reject, that I won't say reject the room. It's forgiving for a condenser mic, right? I recently saw a video Bark did on his channel about a CAD audio mic. The which one is it? The E150. That one's now on my radar, and I'm afraid to go any deeper into his content because I feel like I would just have a lot of gear acquisition syndrome. So, I know I could I'm curious to ask him, and I think he's made a video on this recently, but what his, oh yeah, right here, my top 4 obscure condenser microphones. Which one is the one? I'm going to watch that after this. And you never know. Like, you might find a sleeper for $150, for $120, for $200. So, and he's probably reviewed it. Or you might find a bad boy like the Zoom R4 that's an interface and a 4-track mixer. Anyways, this was the video on the Gold Grill, and I'll put the link in the description. I wanted to see if there was a way I could find an affiliate link for somebody who was, I don't know, get it on eBay for $11, guys. It's worth it if you like looking at gold shiny things and you're tired of your SM58s. It's not even an ugly grill. I had to throw my other grill away. I bought this used. I don't know who was, gobbling on the other grill, so I had to just throw it away because it was dented. The inside was kind of rusted. I just wasn't gonna keep it around. But I do find, like, this is the second SM58 I've owned. I find when I use these, the standard shape of the grill, like, it's a little too intimate, if that makes sense. Like, this gives it like a smoother sound. I know I'm not tripping. I can't be tripping. It's still the SM58. It's the same SM58, but I just feel like, the Lawton LA 220 V2, do your research on that just to verify what I'm saying. But I've been doing quite a bit of homework on that microphone because I'm really interested in it. And a lot of people have said that there's a difference because of either the shape of the microphone or the materials used outside of the capsule, right? Even though the capsule was slightly upgraded, I think, it's also the other components of the microphone that changed the sound, that gave it a little bit more beef. And that's kind of what I feel like I've experienced here for $11. So you really can't beat it. Just pull the trigger if you're thinking about it. Anyways, this is your boy Spence Almighty with lostclassic.blog. Check me out. Subscribe to the email list. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, comment, share, whatever you do. Just do it well. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.